Can you guys hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good. All right, so Ruben, this is a large class. I just don't know where everybody is this morning.
Okay.
There's 15 new businesses in this class. So I hope this means that everybody's going to watch it afterwards, although it never works out quite as well because this is a great opportunity for everybody to see how Shaw Now works. But I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves. Oh, here we go. Now the waiting room is starting to fill up. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves and, where are you and all that good stuff. There's Janie. So let's get started. Raul and Olivia, if you guys will introduce yourselves.
Hey, Raul Buelvis and Olivia Karcher. We're in Savannah, Georgia. We cover Savannah and some of those surrounding areas.
Nice. And David.
Hi, all. David Hawkins from Nashville, Tennessee, and we cover kind of the eastern side of the city and surrounding suburbs.
Nice. Now Dave.
Yeah, I was like, I don't answer to David anymore. So David Lee, North Seattle. Change that. There we go. It's been a morning already. What was the other question?
That's good. That's good. Greg, introduce yourself.
Hey, how are you? Greg Siddons. I'm in Westchester, New York, which is the suburbs north of New York City, about 45 minutes to an hour. I enjoy sunsets and biking.
That's good. Later, we'll ask you what is your perfect date, but we'll hold that for now.
Oh, April 25th.
Dan Lyman.
Hi, Dan Lyman. I'm in South Loudoun County, Virginia, so I cover part of Loudoun County and actually part of Prince William County, which is the major area. The major town there is Haymarket, Virginia.
Nice. And Janie.
Morning, Janie Sandberg. My husband Jeremy and I own a location here in Southeast Las Vegas, Henderson. My perfect date is April 25th. Not too hot, not too cold. And also, I'm not sure what's up with my lighting, that it looks like I'm in a volcano or something. But if I turn off my camera, it's because I'm getting, oh, there we go. I'm getting kids off to school because Jeremy's at a networking breakfast. So I'm still here. I'm still listening. You just don't need to watch me make peanut butter sandwiches.
Nice. And I did catch the Miss Congeniality reference, just for,
Good work.
All right. So, all right, here's Axel coming in. I'm going to let Ruben take off with this. You guys, this is sort of a unique field training class because Ruben is going to cover something that, although I know how to use the system, I can't help you with it because I don't have a login to Shaw Now. I used to when I had my business, but without a login, I can't jump on and help you guys with anything that's on Shaw Now. So I asked Ruben to come on. He's going to walk you through the Shaw Now system. Most of you have already used it, but maybe he'll show you something that you didn't realize was there. So it's a great opportunity for you to be able to ask him questions. Now, I will just tell you up front, Ruben goes fast. I keep trying to slow him down. The only thing that I do on this call is to try to slow him down once in a while because he does move quick. So as you guys, if you need him to stop and camp out on something, if you've got questions, please interrupt him and just bring him back, because, I mean, he's a brilliant guy and he just moves quick. It's good. I love it. Ruben does a great job with these. But feel free to stop him and ask questions. And like I said, Ruben's a great contact for you with Shaw. He's going to help you with Shaw Now. He can't answer questions about why is this priced this way or whatever. He's really on the technical side. So Ruben, whenever you're ready, sir, take it away.
All right. Thanks, Arlen. Well, I'm Ruben Serrata. I'm in Dalton, Georgia, and I've been with Shaw for 12 years and been part of our e-commerce team for 6. So kind of know the ins and outs of Shaw Now. So like he said, Arlen, I will say I've slowed it down a lot last few times. So feel free to stop me at any point of this training. This is it's not the most formal thing. I just kind of show you everything of how you can use it, utilize the best of it, and a couple of tips and tricks here and there. So feel free to stop me at any time with any kind of questions. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And everybody can see that, correct?
Yep.
All right. So when you get first logged in, and hopefully everybody already has a login. If you don't, at the end of this meeting, I will put in the chat my email and our Shaw Now email, so you can always go in there and enroll. That way you can get started on here. So when you get first logged in, you land on your dealer dashboard. This is where you'll see these little boxes, what we call widgets. You got your quick links, which is just your most used functions on here. Then you got your all orders, pending invoices, scheduled deliveries. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a couple more that will be beneficial, like the freight rate calculator. There's also a message board that, you know, has announcements, has any kind of, you know, price increase letters, freight updates, anything that's going to be specific for your account will be posted on the message board. For the most part, these are not emailed anymore. They're just posted on the website for you to see and download. So we'll go through a order entry. I'm gonna cover a carpet and a hard surface, just so you guys can see the differences between those two product types. So you can go to order entry or check stock, either one. Enter your style name or number. I always prefer the number just because sometimes we do have some styles that are named similar. So it's easy to click on the wrong one. So if you do have the style number, always enter that. That's going to be your best option here. Select that. Colors, you'll have the drop down with all the colors that are under that style. And then for carpet, you should see the sample picture on the right hand side. It should show a price if it is on your agreement. And it should show the available quantity we have. That is just a total. So a good thing is if you're looking for a specific die lot, or you just want to see what makes up that total quantity, there's a view roles option next to the color name. By clicking that, it's going to pull up every single roll that's available for you. So it does give you the roll number, a lot number, just in case you're looking for something more specific. That would be the route you're taking. And then from there, you can always, you know, if it's, you know, that 2410, something that might work for you, you can add it to the cart. You can reserve it as well from here. Reserves are 24
Ruben.
hours. Yes.
Ruben, sorry, so the lot number there on the right, so those top two would be from the same, like die lot.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And even though they're from different roles, as long as the die lots match here, those could go together.
So then if I had a project and I only needed, you know, 12 feet or whatever, I could just pick
Correct.
that one.
So,
Okay.
so from there, all you do is just copy and paste that lot number. And if you're only needing 12, you enter the 12 here and then click specific on the lot and enter that lot number there. That's going to guarantee you're going to get that lot number for only 12 feet. All right. And then on carpet products, we do have the requested ship date here. So you can always move that requested ship date as far as you need to, in case it is a future job or just you don't need it, you know, right away, you need it next week. You can always move that date there.
One thing, sorry, Ruben, one thing that you guys, I'm sure have seen, in this particular case, the price for the roll and the price for the cut are the same. So you've got over on the right-hand side, $18.45 for the roll or $18.45 for a cut piece. So when Ruben looked at the rolls, you've got a roll that's 24 feet. Even though that's a small piece, if you were to order all 24 feet, you're going to get the roll price. Now, in this case, they're the same price, but there are carpets where your cut price might be $1 a square yard more than your roll price. So let's say you had a job that you needed 95 feet of carpet, and Shaw happened to have a 100-foot roll in stock, but the cut price was $1 more than the roll price. You might order the extra 5 feet to get the roll and pay the roll price. And end up, even though you're buying just a little bit more carpet, end up saving money because you're buying the whole roll and not asking somebody to cut it.
And then you also have your unit of measure. So you have different unit of measure you can order in. Obviously, it defaults to the cut footage, your linear feet, but you can do multi-cut same die lot. That guarantees you're getting all your cuts in the same die lots. So if you're needing, 150 feet, but, and like for this example, the cut and roll is the same price. So it really doesn't matter how you want it. You already want it cut. You can go in here, enter your quantities. And that just guarantees you're going to get all your cuts in the same die lot. You also got your rolls, square foot, and square yard. So just kind of your preference of how you want to order there. Before we go to the next page, there is the product specs at the top. If you click on that, it's going to show you all your specs for that specific style, as well as you can click selling sheets. So you can pull up those selling sheets that are specific and branded for the floor coverings. So you can always download those, send it to a customer, print them out however you'd like to, but it's going to be specific for that style. We found it beneficial for a lot of the last trainings. A lot of people were using these. So just make sure you click on that product specs tab to pull those up. So for this example, you should see, 87, we have 87, largest lot 61, but say you need, 180 linear feet. Don't have it, you don't see it here. Just enter that quantity you're needing, click check stock. And it's going to give you that back order date right here in this blue message. So instead of calling customer service or calling your rep or anybody to figure out a back order date, this is the same back order date everybody's seeing. So just make sure you enter that quantity and just click check stock. Right. And from this page, if you have a special price that was given to you, you can enter your special price there. You can enter a line side mark. Most people use a project name, a street address, last name, just a reference back to that line. And then you do have accessories that you can add as well on here. All right. We'll go ahead and just add to the cart. From here, you can either shop more, you can click checkout. We'll go ahead and shop more and just add a hard surface product. And timber trail. So hard surface will look a little bit different. It does give you the pallet quantity on the right hand side. It gives you the square footage per box, and then it does tell you how much we have in stock. So from here, it's just enter the quantity you're needing as well. And then if you scroll down, you should see the accessories. These are all accessories that go with this specific style and color. So we kind of combine them so you know exactly what you need to order instead of trying to reference back to anything. Just make sure you look down here and then just add what you're needing with the flush reducer, overlap stair nose, all that's available here. Go ahead and click check stock. This one is available. And then on hard surface and carpet tile, we do give you the square footage that you're ordering. All right, we can add to the cart. The great thing about Shaw Now is that you can add different products and it breaks it down into 2 different carts. So if you have a hard surface, carpet tile, you can order them all at the same time without having to complete the order. Kind of save you some time there. And then from here, we'll go ahead and click checkout. This is where you'll verify the shipping address. You can always change it if you need to. Add your PO number, add your header side mark. And then we do offer a few special processes. So like, call before delivery. If, don't think you're going to be in there. Call with roll sizes. It's a good one if you're, you know, like the first one was on back order. This is so they can call you and tell you kind of what roll sizes we have after everything comes out of manufacturing there at replacement order, hold for instructions, third-party billing. So we offer a couple of those special processes that you can utilize. And then you can do will cost CPU if you need to. If not, you know, it should default to the carrier that your account is set up for. So if you are set up for a Shaw truck, it will automatically default to that. But if you're going with somebody else, you can always change that carrier to a third party or collect carrier. You know, if it's something that's small enough that can go FedEx, you can always ship it FedEx. But from there, it's just click and review order and then place order. I won't place it because I'm in our production site. But once you click place order, this is what you'll get, which is the order confirmation. You'll have your order number at the top left-hand corner, PO, you know, verify everything in the shipping information part of this is correct. It does give you the total weight of this order, as well as the line items that are on that order specifically. So make sure that if you're ever looking at any kind of order, that you look at the tracking message. This is where you'll have your estimated deliveries. This is where you'll know when it's moving from one warehouse to the next. So that's the way to track it, is just by looking at that tracking message. That's going to be your best bet. Then I'll show you guys how to reserve something. We'll go back to this style. We'll just add 10 to the click check stock. So when you click check stock and then add it to the cart, you'll see a reserve button underneath that product. Just click that and then click checkout. It will populate a reserve number. So you can always go to your reserves, which you can find on the left-hand side. If you go to orders and then reserves, it'll show all your reserves that you have. Just be aware, those are 24 hours. So if it's something that you need to extend because they're not ready to order tomorrow, just make sure you log in tomorrow. Just click extend and it'll give you another 24 hours. Just a heads up, you can't go in today and click extend twice and extend it like 72 hours. It will just remove it will just give you that 24 hours. So you just got to make sure to log in tomorrow. And then from here, it's just clicking, if you're ready to order, log in tomorrow or the next day, select that line item, select your ship date, which today is the 4th, click convert to order, and it throws it back into your cart for you to click checkout. So pretty easy process there. Any questions on the order entry, checking stock, reserves? Pretty user friendly, I will say. All right. So if you're ever wanting to look up an order status for an order of yours, you can find it on the widget, the all orders. If it's not on this, it's just going to show your current 5 orders here. But you can always click view all from here. You can click view order status from your quick links. And you can also go to your orders tab on the left-hand side and then click order status. This is going to show all your open orders. Once they're invoiced, they're on here for about 7 to 10 days, depending on the order type, and then it gets moved to your invoice page. So just be aware, if you don't see it on here, it's most likely been invoiced. So then I'll show you here in a little bit where you can go to find those once it has been invoiced. But make sure you use the advanced search if you're looking for something specific. It's just going to narrow it down. You can look up orders placed by you specifically. If it's, obviously it's going to show every order for the account as a whole, but if there's multiple people placing orders, you can use that order placed by me option. All right. We'll move on to Shaw on the Shelf. Can be found under the orders tab. This is where you can kind of pull up every product type. So if a customer, is just needing a hardwood, they want a Shaw Floors one, You can look up, different color families if they're looking for something that's, a gray. You can look up a different thicknesses to kind of narrow down what all products are considered a gray under hardwood under shaw floors. And it's going to show every single product depending on the location too. So just make sure you're changing those locations. And those locations are specific to your account. So if you don't see, you're not going to see every single warehouse we have available. These are just all the ones that are source sequence for your specific account. But as you can see, it will narrow it down and show you what we have available with the quantity. That way you can tell the customer, hey, we have these products that can work for your project. You can also download that in Excel format. Right here on the right-hand side. You can download that and send it to anybody. Just be aware that these quantities do change on the minute. I mean, it's pretty instant quantities here. So just make sure that's a real-time stock.
Hey, Ruben and Arlen, could I ask a question while you're on this page right here?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm encouraged by this because it looks like the FCI names, but I just wanted to make sure, is it true across the whole website that like the names of the product would be what FCI knows them as, or do you use the Shaw names?
It uses the private label names.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we also have the search by style. So if you're looking at one specific style, and instead of doing, they don't know exactly what color they want. They just want to see how much we have in each of those colors. You can look at all colors all at once. And it's going to show you the quantity in the largest lot. Just be aware of that. Of what we have in each of those colors. So kind of save you, if you don't want to check stock one color at a time, this is your best way to go if you just want to just pull up all colors at once, as well as download it in Excel as well to send to the customer.
This is really, really helpful. I mean, you can pull this up on your phone, you can pull it up, you can log into this from your tablet. But this is something that's really helpful. If you've got a customer that, you're in the home and they've got a time-sensitive project, and maybe they've picked a color, you can check real quick and see if it's in stock. And then if it's not in stock, then you can look at other colors that are similar, or you can look at other styles that are similar. I mean, this makes it really, really easy to see exactly what's in stock, especially if you've got that customer that's got a time-sensitive project.
Yep. So again, this is real-time stock. So, I mean, just be aware if you do send, this Excel sheet to a customer, I mean, it can change in the next 30 minutes. So just be aware that the quicker they can get to you on what they want, the best you can go in here and at least reserve the stock.
Ruben, is there an app or do you just go straight into the website?
I'm sorry?
Is there an app or do you just go straight to the website from your phone?
We do have an app as well. The app, just be aware, it doesn't have everything that the website does, but it does have show on the shelf search by style. You can check stock, place orders, reserve, price check, order status. So it does have the most used functions on the app at least.
Thank you.
See. All right. So we'll go down to Shaw Marketplace, which is our promotional goods. Can be found under orders. This is where you can find our, drop products. You can find excess. You can find everything that's on here. Just be aware that it doesn't have warranty. It is a cheaper rate on the price. So it's great. And I know Arlen can probably speak more on how you can use this a little bit better from your standpoint.
Yeah, so
but it's a great one.
before Ruben goes into how to find stuff on here, Shaw does a really, really good job managing their inventory. To the extent that, they've got minimums and maximums, and they will not allow themselves to go over maximums. They're just really, really tight on inventory control, which is a good thing for a company their size. So what will happen is if they have a manufacturing run of carpet and they end up producing an extra roll, they'll put it immediately in Shaw Marketplace just to go ahead and get rid of it. Or if they have a product that's been dropped, they'll take whatever inventory they have and they'll throw it over to Shaw Marketplace. Now, occasionally, doesn't happen very often, but occasionally they'll make a carpet or they'll have some sort of LVP product or hardwood product that has a manufacturer defect in it somewhere. Well, they might put it out here on Shaw Marketplace under the seconds quantity. And in a moment, Ruben will show you how you can search for stuff. And you don't have to search for seconds. You can search only for excess goods. You can search only for discontinued goods. Now, there's a couple of caveats here. First of all, for carpet, Shaw is not going to cut anything that's in Shaw Marketplace. So that means you're going to order everything that's on the roll. Now, don't worry, not all these rolls are 150 feet long. Some of them are only 20 feet long. So there's short rolls, long rolls, whatever, but you can pick the exact roll. Just know that they're not going to cut a roll for you. Shaw Marketplace is a take it or leave it type of situation. This is truly the big lots of Shaw floors. Then on the hard surface, now you can buy a box just like you can otherwise. So if there's 100 boxes in stock, you don't have to take all 100 boxes. You can specify a certain number of boxes. Nobody's going to cut you a sample. Nobody's going to send you a sample. You have to be comfortable buying whatever you see on the screen, and there's no warranty, so there's no take-backs. So when would you use something like this? Well, you might use something like this if you're talking to a customer that's got a rental home or they're flipping a house and the color really isn't that important to them. They're just looking for something that's inexpensive and you can get it in on the cheaper side of life. You know, this might be a decent place for you. This is not going to be your go-to for most of your appointments. This is truly going to be a once in a while type of thing that you come to Shaw Marketplace and look for the deal. So Ruben, if you'll click on the soft surface, if we can go into carpet for just a moment, I'll let him do his thing, but you'll notice on the left-hand side, you can look for under quality, you can look for what is dropped, you can look for what's excess, you can look for what's seconds, you can sort by face weight of the carpet, you can sort by you can search only for the length of the carpet. So, you know, I'm looking for something that's got 50 feet in stock, and you can search that way. You can search for the style of carpet, you can search for the color of carpet, and you'll notice, like right here, you've got Afton Solid. He moved down too fast. There it is. So you've got Afton Solid and Afton Tonal. Well, Afton, I mean, that's one of our products. That's what you've got a board in the van under the Boardwalk brand that's Afton Solid. So you actually have a color sample of that exact carpet. And because that one that you're seeing says excess, well, you know that that's a first quality product. It's not a second. So the color that you see on your sample board is going to match the color that you've got there. So in some cases you might find, now open up the Afton for just a second because I'm curious here. So you can see exactly what you've got in stock, and you know, what do you know? You've got a 4-foot 5-inch piece, a 4-foot 11-inch piece, and a 7-foot 11-inch piece. It's not going to get you very far. But if you're looking for doing a rug or maybe a staircase or half a staircase, who knows? Maybe you've got what you need here. Anyway, go ahead, Ruben.
Yep, nope, that's great. And like he said, I mean, you use that refined by on the left-hand side to kind of narrow down what could help you guys out with what you're looking for. You can even do by price range. So if you're looking for something really cheap, or you know, a builder wants something, the cheapest ones, I mean, go on here and kind of look through that. If it's something that you know has been dropped, you can always search by the style number and it'll pull it up if we do have it in stock still. So like he said, on the hard surface. Yep.
Ruben, I've never known this. I've always been curious. What is under quality? There's dropped excess seconds. What does B1 mean?
I've tried to get an answer. No one can really tell me what B1 means.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. I couldn't tell you exactly what it means. And I mean, I'm curious if I were to select it, what even pops up. Yeah, I mean, there's products out there. I mean, I'll ask again and see if I can get another answer, maybe from somebody else. But yeah, no one could tell me what B1 stands for. Not very clear there. So for now, I would probably stick to the excess and seconds and drops. So we'll go to the hardwood here. And like Arlen said, I mean, you know, these are seconds, but you know, we have 19 boxes in stock. don't necessarily have to take 19. You can take one. You can take 5, 6, and it already tells you what the price is going to be here. So, and you know, if it's something that, you know, you already have a sample for the most part, I mean, you might have a price of what it cost before it was a drop, and you could see the difference on that on the price there. I mean, it's a huge difference. But like Arlen said, you're taking a risk here by now, you know, no warranty, you don't really get a sample. So it's just kind of going at your own risk here. But great tool to use here. All right.
I'm
Then-
curious, do you have, where's the luxury vinyl? You have, yeah, I guess that would be under, residential resilient, right?
It should, I believe. Let's see.
Let's just take a look at that, just for fun. Oh yeah, look, you got Artistry 2. I mean, Artistry 2 is, what is that, $4 or $5 a square foot? At the normal price, and here you've got it for $1.52 a square foot. Now these are seconds, so who knows what they're gonna look like? I don't know. Click on the one that just says excess. Let's see what excess and dropped inventory you've got.
This one's excess, so.
And so you got $1.01
$1.01
a
there.
square foot for this.
Let's narrow it down some more. Let's see what we have in excess.
So again, guys, this is something that, this isn't gonna be your go-to place, but this is gonna be a place, it's gonna give you an outlet for, I'm looking for something really, really cheap, and the customer's not that terribly concerned about the color. And, you know, there you go.
I know this one's one of your private label ones, so, I mean, these are drops, so as you can see, I mean, you should hopefully have a sample or find a sample that's under that style number. And it's just telling you it's a drop, so I mean, you got 5 boxes in that. So yeah, I mean, like this one's 96 cents per square foot, so it's pretty cheap. So again, just make sure you're looking at everything and kind of going at your own risk here.
Are these gonna fall under like blemished, or is it just extra out of a lot that is ready to roll?
The excess or the dropped?
Excess, or either one.
Okay, I mean, yeah, drop just means it's, no, it just got discontinued. We still have a lot of stock in it. Or maybe not a lot of stock in it, but it's just dropped. Excess means, you know, it could have something wrong with it, but for the most part, it was just they made too much.
Okay.
Seconds is where you'll have you know, different colors, you know, it could just, that's where you're running more of a risk here is with your seconds.
Gotcha.
All right. Any other questions on Marketplace? No, all right. The other great tool you guys can use, it's under orders as well. It's custom rugs. I unfortunately can't get logged in anymore because they changed it. It takes you to a whole completely different website. So you'll have to actually go in.
Question on the
Yeah.
Marketplace. Can you do reserves on that too?
You can't do reserves on Marketplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good question, though. All right, so on custom rugs, you'll have to create a whole new login that you can utilize, and you can always save this, you know, website as like a bookmark, just because you don't necessarily have to go through ShawNow anymore. But this is a great tool if you're creating, you know, want to make a rug for a customer. You can do any kind of soft surface product. You can customize it to, you know, the backing, the shape of it, length, width. I mean, it's very customizable to what you can. And the great thing is that it's going to show you 100% wholesale price. So this is a calculator that you can use with your customer sitting down with you. And we make it in that way just because we want the customer to kind of create their own rug right there on the spot with you. Versus, you know, you kind of telling you, and it's just, they might not like it. You can even see a sample picture of it. So this is a great tool to use if, when using, rugs. And again,
Ruben,
yeah,
can I ask a question about the rugs? I've tried, I think on 3 or 4 different browsers to get the rug, like anytime I click on the custom rugs, there's a problem and it says there's like an authenticity error. Is anybody else having that problem?
I haven't heard from anybody else. I don't know if anybody else in here has tried it. But I can look into it. At the end of the meeting, I'll put my email on there. If you don't mind sending me an email with that. And I
Sure.
can look deep into it and see, you know, if it's something on the website or with your account, or if it's something that we can help you out with clearing something on
Okay,
your
sounds good.
browser.
Thank you.
Is this, Arlen, is this used a lot? I haven't used it yet. I'm just curious if this is used often.
The rug program, I would say, is not used a lot. I would say that as a company, we do a really, really poor job of selling rugs in general. I mean, we don't, you know, we've got a program set up with CTAC, we've got a program set up with Norrison, you've got the ability to do rugs on Shaw, and what I find in general is that as a whole, we don't bring up area rugs. And we do a lot of luxury vinyl plank, we do a lot of hardwood, we do a lot of laminate, and on every one of those hard surface floors, statistically, 93% of those customers are going to go out and buy an area rug after we get done with the
Right.
floor.
Yeah.
What's silly is that we don't ask for the rug sale because we don't think about it. And so I think if we did a better job as an organization of actually asking the customer about area rugs, I mean, we could triple our rug sales in a matter of like a week. It's just,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
Shaw makes it really easy for you to take any carpet that you've got and convert it into a rug. Custom sizes, custom borders, custom style. You can take 2 carpets and do a border, you know, one around the other type of thing. They're great tools. We just don't ask for it. I mean, it's the same thing. We don't do it because we don't ask for it.
We should really be asking about this every time. Definitely every time you sell a hard surface, right? I mean,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
And again, that can be found under orders, and it's called custom rugs. If for whatever reason you don't have that custom rugs link, let me know, because it could be something that your sales rep probably has to set you up for, or it's probably your permissions of how you were set up on the website. So just
Yeah,
let
I
me know
don't
if you
have
don't
it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't.
I'll put my email in there again at the end of it. Just send me an email that you don't have that custom rugs, and I'll check into it. Like I said, half the time it's either your rep that hasn't set you up for that selling company, or your permissions don't allow you to see it. So should be an easy fix.
Spencer asks, in Shaw Marketplace, is the price listed your cost? Yes, it is. Anything on Shaw now, when you're looking at, whether you're looking at your order entry stuff or if you're looking at Marketplace, anything that you're looking at on Shaw now is your cost. That is your cost.
Let's see, Jenny. Okay, I'll look into that link on the website. I'm not sure if they might have broke it for a certain thing. I'll have to look into it and see if that works. For now, use that address.
Yeah, I have it
The
bookmarked
website.
now, so
Okay,
we should be
perfect.
good. Okay, so it makes me feel better that it's not a personal problem. I was like, why can you not get this website to work? Okay.
Yeah, so I'll look into it just to make sure you can access it from there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Ruben, sorry, just one more time. What was the web address for the custom rug?
Customrug.shawinc.com.
Thank you.
Or you can get there, if you go to Shaw now and just click over on rugs,
Okay.
under orders, custom rugs, it'll take you to the same place.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. So we'll go down to products. Products is more of your specs and pricing. Mainly your pricing is where people will go here for. But you got your view price agreements at the top, which is just your regular PDFs that you can download. It should have everything with the most updated at the very top. Just be aware that this date is not when it's effective. This date is when it was posted on your account. So by pulling that up on the right hand side, and let's see. Did it pull up for you guys? Or are you just seeing the Shaw Now website? I'm just making sure I shared my screen correctly.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Okay. Top right hand, you'll see the effective date, so 4/14. So always look for this effective date on the top right hand corner, to make sure that that is effective. So just because if we go back to Shaw Now, under products, there's a view price agreement, price increase. This is where you can pull up any kind of increase before the effective date. So if you go to the price increase, you can go here, products by selling brand. The easiest one to go is by the price increase documents at the bottom. And it's going to show you that, that PDF before the effective date. So normally post them about, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks before the effective date. So if you ever do have a price increase coming up, make sure you go in here, download it, just so you're aware of what that price is going to be. If you go to products, online pricing, this is just your everyday pricing. Pull it up, tells you your unit price, pallet price, it'll tell you a roll cut price. And then you can check stock from here if you need to. And then the effective date is just when it was added onto your account. The other one that I try to push a lot is the price calculator. This is where you can download an Excel format of the price list with all your products. So if you want, carpet, carpet tile, laminate, hardwood, all of these, all you have to do is name the top one. Your profile, you can name it whatever you like. And then the great thing about this one is that you can add these available items of what you want to see. So you don't necessarily have to have like the shipping from, you don't have to have the selling company, last date modified. So it's very customizable to what you want to see on this Excel sheet. And then the great thing is that if you click on calculate retail pricing after you selected those items, you can name this profile again, and then add your markup tax. If you have a margin overhead, you can add pad freight. You can round to the nearest 9 or 99. You can customize to have square yards showing or square feet. And we'll do the calculations for you. So if you want to add any taxes, you want to have a specific retail price list with you that you can have in your showroom. This is the way to do it without having to do the math. We'll do the math for you. All you have to do is plug in those numbers. All right. Let's go down to finance. So this is where you'll find your pay online, your claims, your invoices. So pay online, it's a great feature. It's very simple. You can pay on the app as well. It normally takes about 2 to 3 clicks and it's done. Versus sending anything into our finance team. Claims, you can go on here, submit your claims. It's very user-friendly with what it's asking for you. Claim type, it's going to ask, defective, or if it was just the wrong price, different things like that. Sometimes your reps will file your claims for you, but for the most part, this takes about 3 to 5 minutes to file a claim. Kind of fill in the blanks, so pretty easy. Let's see. The My Shaw feature is a great feature that shows your year-to-year sales. So this one's being a brand new account this year. Won't have the numbers from the last few years, but it'll show you where you're at for carpet, hard surface, Cortec. We're actually working on expanding this and breaking it down a little bit more to be more specific to what products it is. But this is a great tool to kind of see where you're at for your year sales. And then next year, this time of the year, you can see where you were at this year compared to next year, so kind of see the numbers there. It also shows, you know, a pie chart with your purchase details. It shows you the top styles that you've ordered in the last 6 months. So if you want to see what your popular styles that you've ordered are, this is a great way to go and kind of pull those up. And then the other thing under financials that's mainly used is the invoices. So once your order's been invoiced, it moves to this page. And then we give you a couple of search options here by like PO, by, you know, style and color, or just style. Mail order number. So kind of a few different search options for you to pull up those invoices. Let's see. There's also proof of deliveries, credit memos, all that good stuff. So anything that you're really calling in customer service or our financial team, I mean, it's all on the website for the most part. All right, we'll go down to account. You can see the account information part at the top. This is where you can set up who receives what notifications. So if there's, you know, somebody placing orders, you can set them up to specifically receive all order confirmations. There's order changes, you know, somebody who's just doing all the paying and invoices, they can set up to receive those notifications. So this is where you can go and set up who wants to receive what. As well as if you want to know who your salesperson information is, it's at the top. It shows you every single one of your reps with their email and phone number for what specific product. In case you're wondering who a rep is for, you know, Cortec, maybe you haven't met him, he or she, and you can go ahead and pull up their information here. The other thing under account is the create user and edit users. So you can actually go in here and create as many users as you'd like. So if you want somebody to, you know, be specifically order entry, you can set them up just to see that order entry. So it's very specific to how you can set up each user. If you want them to just be the financial person, you can set them up that. If you want them to just be able to check stock and reserve, no place in orders, you can set them to see that. So it's very customizable to with what you can set up that user with. Just so you know, you feel comfortable with what they're seeing on your account and what they're able to do. Let's see. Under training, we have it's called the Shaw Now Foundations. You can actually pull up a few how-to videos on, you know, forgot how to check stock or had a question on it, you can pull up that. Enrollments, you know, stock check on the app, you can also see that. So we're adding new videos as we can. Hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll add a couple between, you know, 5 to 10 videos. But as of right now, this is what we have, as well as learning material. It's a couple of PDFs on, you know, accessing product accessories, decision trees, creating users. So just in case you have a couple of questions and don't have the time to pick up a phone or send an email, this is the easier way.
Sorry, Ruben, go back to where those videos were.
Yep.
So these are your how-to videos on how to use Shaw Now. But if I'm not mistaken, there's also some product videos on here now, right?
I think they're adding them
Under
if they
product
haven't.
training.
Yeah, if they haven't added them, let's see. We haven't got an update from them, so maybe they added them without telling us. Let's see. Yeah, so they do have a couple of videos here. You can always search by different live learnings. I know that they're gonna add a calendar on here to sign up for product training as well.
Nice.
And there's the floor coverings international one videos.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. So you have videos which again, you could pull up and show to a customer that show, you know, what is Armor Bead, what is Color Guard, what is Lifeguard, what is, you know, a wear layer for LVT, what is Pet Perfect. Every one of these, somebody was in the group meet, I don't remember if it was this group meet or another, it might have been Evan, that was asking about scuff resist, and looking for a hardwood floor or a way of being able to show the customer a floor that was resistant to scuffing. Well, here you have a video that you can pull up and show the customer exactly what that means. And if you don't mind, show everybody how you got to these videos, because this is not only good for you to learn, but it's also a good way for you to simply show a customer.
Yep, just training on the left-hand side, and it should say Floor Coverage International.
Would this be on the app as well?
These will not be on the app,
Okay.
but you can pull up the on the web browser.
Yep.
On your phone, and that should pull up.
Got it.
And obviously, these would require a good, you know, you're gonna have to have a good Wi-Fi or 5G signal in the home to show these if you're doing it in the home.
Yeah, but I think you can download them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Play with it. Yeah, you can download.
Yeah,
it.
you can download it, and that way you could download it to your tablet and just have them in a folder on your tablet somewhere and pull them up directly on your tablet, you know, out of a File Explorer, you know, Internet Explorer or a File Explorer, and not be reliant on a Wi-Fi signal.
These are great. Yeah, sure.
Let's see.
Will allow me to use my tablet for something.
Maybe that'll work.
See. All right, so that, yeah, the freight rate calculator on the dashboard, I mean, it's out there for you guys to use. I'm not sure if you guys have calculated any kind of freight yet, anything like that, but this will give you the exact rate that you're looking for this product, going to the ship to address you have on here, or if you have a zip code, and then just enter your quantity. It should give you the rate, the minimum, the freight surcharge, if there is one, the fuel percentage. So all that information is out there for you to help you calculate your freight on this. So, and just be aware that this is only going to do it for a Shaw truck. It doesn't do it for any kind of collect carriers. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, that, I mean, those are all your functionalities that you can utilize on the website that will help you guys out. Not sure if you have any questions on anything that we covered. Yeah.
I have one, Ruben.
Okay.
About ordering samples. So I've gone in and ordered samples for a couple people, but sometimes when I'm ordering a sample, it shows like 10 different options of like cut swatch, this, whatever. Like, can you just explain what the different things are? Because I've just been crossing my fingers and hoping I'm ordering something that will be useful, because I don't know what the abbreviations mean.
Yeah, we're not 100% familiar with those. That's something with your sales rep, but I could tell you that the most common one is just the consumer swatch. That's your smaller swatch.
Okay.
And then if you're doing like hard surface, it should say, you know, your cut swatch. But these other ones that have a 19 by 24, some of them say like deck board, things like that. I would get with your sales rep. They should have a list of what exactly each of those mean. Unfortunately, we don't have that on our end of what each of those samples mean. That's just a sales rep specific thing.
Okay, so like if I'm ordering a hard surface, like I ordered a hardwood, I think I ordered the cut swatch. Is that, do you have any idea of how big that's going to be? I mean, I guess I'll find out in a couple days. But...
Yeah, I know that they're probably, I want to say they were 9x9, if I'm not mistaken, the little small ones.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So much better than the 2x3 on the sample board. That's
yeah, it'll be bigger than the sample board. Yeah, last time we heard they were 9x9s. I don't think they've changed them, but that's usually what the cut swatches were.
Okay. And just a note on that too, for other people, there was one thing that I wanted to order a sample of and there wasn't something, so like there were no samples available of that particular thing. So I reached out to my rep and he said, okay, just order a box, send me the invoice number, we'll pay for it. So that may be something other people might find useful.
Any other
Thanks, Ruben.
questions? No, yeah, thank you.
Any other
Yeah,
questions?
thanks, Ruben. No, Arlen, I was just gonna say thanks, and I mean, this is a pretty rich portal in terms of the information that's available. I can't wait till I have the time to, I mean, right now I need to be able to determine stock, reserve it, and order it. That's really what my focus is right now, but this is great for, when I get further along and am able to really, there's a lot of information here to analyze your, what we're doing with Shaw. So that's great. Thank you.
So just keep in mind, I say this to encourage you. Half of you will remember half of what Ruben went through 30 minutes from now. So that's good. Just understand that there's a system out here and it's a fairly deep system. And if you have questions, somebody else in the group may remembered it. And if not, you can reach out to Ruben and get deep into the weeds. Like I said, I don't have a login for this. So unfortunately, it's not something that I can jump in and show you a screenshot of or whatever else. It's something that you'd have to go to Ruben or go to your rep to get an answer for. But more than likely, if you're looking for something, it's on Shaw Now. And this is not their retail site. If you go to shawfloors.com, that's their pretty retail site for, people that are just Google searching. This is your site with your user login. And I mean, this is, you're behind the curtain, so to speak. You're backstage behind the curtain.
And then I actually, we don't have it on the website anymore at the moment, but we actually have a text feature. You can actually text your order number to the 1-800-USA Shaw. And it sends you a real-time link to that status. If you click on that link, it does give you the most updated tracking message for that specific order. It's only product specific and tracking message specific. It has no account information, no pricing, so you can actually share that with your own customers. And that link stays live till the order gets delivered. So I'll send that over to you guys. It's a PDF, and that way you can download it put it on your computer, or kind of start utilizing it. Everybody that has started using it loves it. It makes it a lot easier, especially when you don't have time to go in and check all your orders.
Nice stuff. All right, well, I'm going to let Ruben get on with the rest of his day. If you guys will give me 2 more minutes of your time, I want to just do one more thing with you. Ruben, thanks again. This is always helpful.
No, thank you guys. And I put my email in the chat. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate, reach out. And for everybody who had a kind of a thing with their account, just send me an email and I'll get you guys squared up as soon as I can.
Nice. Nice.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Ruben.
I wanted to share this with you guys real quick. You guys will remember that Nikki Rayburn came to your launch class and gave a full presentation on Shaw, and that seems like it's been forever ago that we were together in Atlanta at launch. But it took some time for me to be able to get that file from her. And part of the reason was because the file was so big, she couldn't share it with me, and it's too big for me to email you. I have taken it and I've compressed it, but it's still over 60 megabytes. So I mean, it's a big fat file, and I've tried to compress the pictures and everything, and I can't get it any smaller. So what I've done is, if you go out to the franchise owner's manual and you go under merchandising, under vendor partners, and then under Shaw, you will see that I've loaded this. It's the Shaw launch training presentation, and it's loaded right there under Shaw. It's the first file that's under Shaw right now until Sean loads something else. And just to remind you what was in that presentation, I'm not going to give her presentation, but she went through a whole deal on carpet. I mean, she first went through their company story, and then talked a little bit about the 4 flooring consumers. She talked about carpet at great length. Spencer, you'll find this particularly helpful. Right now, there's a table in here. Where is it? There's some definitions about ANSO versus polyester. There's a table here that talks about traditional polyester, then PTT polyester, which is what Mohawk Smart Strand and Triexta is. And then this is what ANSO high performance PET looks like. She's got a table in here somewhere, I might have missed it, that shows the difference between nylon and polyester as well, somewhere. Anyway, let's see. I don't know. I'll let you download it and look through it. I'm not going to spend all of our time doing this. And then, of course, then she turned it over and went into luxury vinyl planks, stair treads, you know, the whole 9 yards. So there was a lot of information that was in this presentation, and I wanted you guys to have it because some of this would be great for maybe for B&I presentations. Some of this is going to be great just for your knowledge to have with the customer. But I wanted you to make sure you had access to that presentation. And the only way I could do it was to put it on floor 1-1 because it's still too big to email. The other thing that I wanted to do is I want to make an introduction. Some of you guys have met Owen, some of you haven't. So Owen Sullivan, wave to everybody, Owen.
Yes.
Owen is in Virginia, and because of the bureaucracy and the if I can get away with saying the stupidity of the Commonwealth of Virginia's licensing program, it has taken some time for Owen to make it through the licensing gauntlet in Virginia, but he has now done so. Owen came through the January training class and is now going to join you guys from here until your flight training. So he will be with you guys on field training calls and then meet you guys in person in Atlanta when you guys come back for flight. So he has, even though he went through training earlier, he hasn't been able to officially open his business until the licensing was resolved. And now that that's done, Axel, Dan, you guys know what that gauntlet was like. Now that that's been done, I'm excited for him to join this class and for you guys to be able to share your experiences with him. Owen, I asked Savannah to add you to the GroupMe
Great.
for this class. So I believe she's got that taken care of.
I
And
just
you
looked
get
at
the
it, and he's in there.
Awesome.
Nice. And
You're
you'll get the
officially
benefit
welcome.
of being able
Thank
to- Owen, you'll get the benefit of being able to watch both the January and the March class.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Arlen. I appreciate that. Nice to meet
Welcome.
everybody.
Our class
Nice.
is better. You'll like us the best anyway, so it's good.
Good.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, so far the January class, I don't know, they've hit a high watermark. One of the owners there went 42 jobs landed in their first 13 weeks for a grand total of $285,000.
Hmm.
So let's see who can top it.
Was that Isaac?
That was Isaac. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
42 jobs landed in 12 weeks, 13 weeks between launch and flight.
Impressive.
Nice. All right, team, go after it.
Thanks. Thank you, Arlen. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good luck,
everyone.
Owen.
Thanks.
Thanks, Harlan.
Take it
Hey,
again.
Arlen,
Yeah.
quickly, I'm trying to download this, the training presentation, but it says download failed, so maybe it's too big.
It could be. It still might be too big.
Sugar.
Let me see if there's anything I can do.
Okay.
But it may just be too big to download. We'll see.
Okay. Okay,
Thanks.
thanks. Bye, guys.